Once upon a time, in a kingdom where sunlight danced on silver towers and laughter echoed through bustling markets, there lived a princess whose beauty rivaled the dawn. Her name was Elara. With hair the color of spun gold and eyes like the deepest blue, she possessed a gentle spirit that endeared her to every soul within her father's realm. Yet, beneath the radiant surface, a shadow clung to her heart. A secret curse whispered in ancient tongues that none but she truly understood. From the moment she came of age, Elara's lips bore a deadly enchantment. The kiss of death. Any beloved who pressed their lips to hers met their end before the next sunrise. At first, the curse seemed like cruel fate, a punishment for a sin she could not recall, or perhaps the consequence of an ancient grudge. She wept in silence for the young men who courted her with vows of devotion, only to perish after a single kiss. Rumors grew in the court, and though her people never dared blame their princess, she felt the weight of their sorrow and confusion. Years passed, and Elara resolved to face her fate. She withdrew from courtly dances and moonlit strolls, from whispered promises and hopeful glances. Yet her heart, so full of longing, could not remain still. She dreamt of love, a love that would not crumble to dust at her touch. So, gathering her courage and her most trusted companions, she set forth on a journey to seek the cure for her deadly kiss. Elara crossed wild forests where ancient trees murmured secrets to the wind. She scaled jagged mountains where the air was thin and sharp, and the stars seemed close enough to touch. She visited wise women in distant villages, sages who read omens in the flight of birds and the curling of smoke. Each told her a different story. Some claimed her curse could be broken with true love's kiss. Others whispered of a rare flower that bloomed only at midnight in the Valley of Shadows. But months turned to years, and though Elara's spirit remained unyielding, hope began to wane. Her beauty, once the talk of the kingdom, faded beneath the sun and rain of her journey, replaced by the quiet strength of one who has faced sorrow and endured. Still, she pressed on, guided by a single flickering hope. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of rose and gold, Elara came upon a quiet village nestled beside a tranquil lake. There she sought shelter at an inn, where laughter spilled from the hearth and warmth soothed her weary bones. It was there she met Mira, a woman with hair as dark as midnight and eyes that sparkled with mischief and kindness in equal measure. Mira was unlike anyone Elara had ever known. She listened, truly listened, to Elara's story. She offered comfort without pity, laughter without judgment, and friendship that blossomed into something deeper with every passing day. Together, they explored the forests and meadows, sharing secrets and dreams beneath the starlit sky. As the days grew into weeks, Elara found herself falling, not into despair but into love. A love that was gentle and fierce, quiet and consuming. Yet fear lingered at the edge of her happiness. She dared not confess her feelings, for she knew the price her love exacted. One night, as the soft rain drummed on the rooftops and the world seemed to hold its breath, Mira took Elara's hand. "You carry a sorrow that is not yours alone," she said, her voice steady and warm. "Let me share your burden." Tears welled in Elara's eyes. "If I love you, I will lose you." "My kiss brings only death," Mira smiled gently. "Then let us trust in the truth of our hearts. With trembling hands and hopeful hearts, they drew close. Elara's lips met Mira's in a kiss that was both an ending and a beginning. Yet, unlike before, there was no chill, no sudden gasp, no pallor of death. Instead, Elara felt a warmth blooming inside her, a light that chased away every shadow. In that moment, a memory, long buried in the depths of her mind, surfaced. Visions flickered before her eyes. Each lover she had kissed before, their masked intentions revealed. She saw their scheming, their hunger for power, their plots against her and her kingdom. Each had sought to use her for their own gain, to seize control of the throne, to sow discord and destruction. The curse, she realized, had not been a punishment, but a shield, an ancient magic cast by her foremothers to protect the royal bloodline from those with darkness in their hearts. With Mira, however, the curse unraveled, revealing its true nature. For Mira's love was pure, untainted by ambition or deceit. She loved Elara not for her crown or her beauty, but for the kindness that shone in her soul, for the courage in her laughter, for the hope she carried like a lantern through the darkest night. As the truth settled over her like the morning sun, Elara's heart swelled with gratitude and relief. She had not been a bringer of death, but a vessel of protection. Her love, guided by the wisdom of generations, had preserved her kingdom from those who would destroy it. Word spread quickly through the land of the princess's return, and the people rejoiced to see her radiant and unburdened. Mira stood by her side, not as a conqueror or a consort, but as a partner, equal in love and purpose. Together, Elara and Mira ruled with wisdom and compassion, guiding their kingdom into an era of peace and prosperity. The curse, now broken, became legend, a story mothers told their daughters to remind them that true love was not possession or power, but trust, courage, and the willingness to see beyond the surface. Elara, whose journey had begun in sorrow, found her greatest joy not in the breaking of the curse, but in the discovery that love, when true and freely given, could break any spell and heal even the deepest wounds. And so, the princess who once feared her own heart came to cherish it, knowing that it had always been her greatest strength. In the end, Elara's story became a beacon for all who sought hope in the face of despair. A reminder that sometimes the things we fear most are the very gifts that protect us, and that the truest magic of all lies in the courage to love and to be loved in return.